Welcome, I'm Adina Wanja, and I guide high-achieving men and women create extraordinary lives and loving, ecstatic relationships. The intention of this podcast is to empower both men and women when it comes to life, dating, relationships, and intimacy. I believe that by both men and women being healthy, powerful, and loving, we can be in thriving romantic partnerships and create a better world together. If this is something you resonate with, then please keep listening. In this episode, we are talking about 5 ways in which men and women can and should prepare themselves for marriage or a long-term relationship. Why do I need to prepare myself to get married? You might ask. Here are a few reasons. Just as you need to prepare for your dream job, you also need to prepare for a long-term relationship or marriage because the surest way to succeed in something is to get ready for it. When you consciously get ready for a long-term relationship or marriage, you will be able to recognize the right partner for you when they show up, and you will also have the skills that will allow you to co-create an amazing relationship with the man or the woman whom you will choose. Reason number 2, not everyone who gets married has a good marriage. Marriage requires work, and to be in a good marriage, you need to become a better partner and the best version of yourself. This doesn't mean being perfect, but it does mean that you need to work on yourself physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. And what better time to start doing this than when you are single and you have more time and energy? Take advantage of the time when you are single and invest in your growth. Reason number 3, marriage is a serious thing. It's a lifelong commitment, and although people can get divorced for various reasons, you want to take the promise of spending the rest of your life with this person seriously, especially if you want to have children. Bringing a new life into this world and raising and educating him or her into a functional and healthy adult is not something that everybody can do. And as we can see from so many cases of abandoned, neglected, or abused children, as a parent, you have the responsibility of creating a safe and nurturing home for this child. And this also includes having a good relationship with your spouse. Your relationship with your partner will be this child's model for romantic relationships, and your child will most likely create a similar relationship with the one you have with your spouse when they grow up. So if you want to have children, in what kind of relationships would you want them to be in? Now think of that, what you can do to create that relationship in your own life, and start taking responsibility for your part in building it. Reason number 4, the happier and more content you are with yourself, the happier and more content you can be with someone else too. The truth is that if it's hard for you to be at peace and fulfilled when you are single, it will be hard to be at peace and fulfilled when you will be in a relationship. While you might feel happier after entering a new relationship, after a few months or 2-3 years, you will come back to the level of happiness and fulfillment you had by yourself. For example, if now you are at the level 6, 7 of happiness and satisfaction with your own life, a new relationship may increase this to an 8 or a 9, but after a few months or 2-3 years, you will get back to the 6 or the 7. While a good partner can improve your life in various ways, it's still your responsibility to create a life that you feel satisfied with and proud of. Reason number 5. Just like your life, your future relationship or marriage is your creation. So, what do you want it to look and feel like? Once you get clear on that, start taking responsibility for your own part in transforming it into reality. It takes two to tango, and while your partner will have an important role, you are the one who will choose him or her, and you will be the one co-creating this relationship. As the only thing we can control is ourselves, start doing what depends on you to ensure the success of your future marriage. Now, let's get into the 5 ways in which you can prepare yourself for a loving and ecstatic marriage. Number 1, heal your heart and mind. If you are in your 30s, 40s, and beyond, you most likely have had past romantic relationships or at least some romantic interactions with men or women. These relationships or interactions most likely have left a mental and emotional imprint on you. Meaning that based on how pleasant or unpleasant these interactions have been, you now see men, women, and relationships through certain lenses. If your past relationships have been mostly pleasant, you felt respected and loved, and when you think of your exes, you have a neutral or a good feeling in your body, then you might not need to heal your heart and mind. However, if your previous romantic relationships or interactions haven't been pleasant, and when you think of your exes, you have an unpleasant feeling in your body, then you need to work on your emotional and mental healing. Why? Because if you don't process these negative thoughts and stuck emotions from your body, you are bound to recreate them in your future interactions. We do not get what we want in life. We get what we work for and what we can receive. For example, if you have been in a physical or emotional abusive relationship, you might feel fear, anger, and disgust towards the person who abused you. Although that person is no longer in your life, you might still feel strongly these emotions when you think of that person. Because that energy is stuck in your body, you will likely keep attracting people who will make you feel in a similar way because that emotion is what is familiar to you. Many people say they want to be loved and be happy. However, you can only have love and happiness if you can feel them in your body. If you are not used to feeling pleasant emotions and you're most used to feeling unpleasant emotions, then you will most likely attract people who will behave in a way that will trigger unpleasant emotions in you because that is what is familiar to you. Again, we do not get in life what we want. We get what we are a match for. Becoming a match for a man or a woman who is healthy and loving implies that you are healthy and loving first. And you do not need a romantic relationship to love. You can love yourself, other people, and other beings in your life. What matters is that you start feeling more and more these feelings of love in your body, so you get more used to them. The more peace, love, joy you feel in your body, the less you will want to be around people who trigger anger, sadness, or fear in you. Consequently, you will make better decisions when it comes to the people you date and to the person you will choose as your long-term partner. And to help you feel more love, I created a 5-minute practice named Love Bubble that you can help connect with your heart so you start feeling more love in your body. You can download it together with other 4 powerful and short practices by going to the free resources page on my website, which you can find in the description. The package for women is called Magnetic Woman, and the package for men is called Confident Man. If you haven't worked on your healing, I highly recommend that you start as soon as possible. And if you have worked and you are still having challenges in dating, it means that you need to go even deeper because you haven't healed the root cause. I know it is annoying when you've maybe done years of therapy. However, not all therapies are very efficient because they do not get to the root cause. Also, dating in today's world is challenging for multiple reasons, and you might need some guidance and clarity, which you will not get necessarily by doing therapy. That is why in my coaching programs, The Queen and the King, I use both root cause therapy and coaching so you heal your past wounds and you get clarity on your desired future. This way, you will date from a place of self-love and self-confidence so you attract and commit to the right man or woman for you. The second way in which you can prepare yourself for marriage is commit to your growth and development. Healing is not enough to create an amazing long-term relationship or marriage. You also need to gain new skills that will allow you to have a good interaction most of the time with your partner. Some of these skills are communicating clearly and in a kind manner, listening actively, cooperating, resisting inappropriate familial and social pressure, dealing with conflict in a constructive manner, seeking and offering help when needed, being empathic and understanding, being capable of long-term commitment, being able to consciously fulfill another person's needs, and supporting your future partner in achieving their dreams and desires. You can acquire these skills when you work on your growth and development. An easy and fast way is attending workshops and courses where you are guided to gain these skills. Also, being aware of your own and your partner's needs and dreams and committing to supporting him or her to fulfill them will make you a better partner. Healing goes hand in hand with developing new relationship skills. Healing is dealing with your past, while developing new relational skills is preparing you for a peaceful and pleasant future with the right partner for you. If you cannot afford to attend courses or to work with me one-on-one, there are some great books that you can buy. I highly recommend the books of Dr. John Gottman, who is a relationship expert and has decades of experience in working with couples. If you want to be in an amazing relationship, you have to develop relationship skills. There is no other way. So start investing in your growth and development because your inner world creates your outer world, and because no one can take ever from you who you are. Whatever you choose, know that the best gift you can give someone else is a healthy, loving, and powerful you. Decide to become this person and start taking actions that will transform you in your best self. The third way in which you can prepare yourself for marriage is commit to what you need and to what you can offer in a relationship. Liking and being attracted to someone is not enough for a successful long-term relationship or marriage. You also need to be able to satisfy their most important needs, and they need to be able to satisfy your most important needs. Think of the needs you have in a relationship just like air, food, and water. No one can survive without them. Consequently, if you choose a partner whom you like, but who cannot satisfy your need of, for example, financial stability or peace or sensuality, then you are not going to be very happy in that relationship. Attraction is like fire. It needs both air and wood to be maintained. Think of your fulfilled needs and your partner's fulfilled needs like the air and the wood that will keep that fire going for a long time. That is why you need to be really honest with yourself about what you need in a relationship and what needs you can satisfy. For example, I know I need to feel physically and financially safe in a relationship, so I do not date men around whom I don't feel physically safe and who aren't financially stable. Also, I know that I cannot satisfy a man's need for children because I do not want to have children. So I do not date men who want children. However, I can satisfy a man's need for empathy and affection. So I am compatible in terms of needs with a man who needs a woman who is empathic and affectionate. Be really honest with yourself when you make the list of what you need and what you can offer in a relationship. There is no wrong or right need. It's just what you need and what you can offer. Do not let yourself influenced by other people's judgments because other people are not you and other people won't be in that relationship. You will. So give some conscious thought to these questions and write down the answers. What do I need to receive from my future partner in order to never want to leave that relationship? Question number 2. What is natural, comfortable, and easy for me to give in a romantic relationship? And question number 3. What can't I or I am not willing to give in a romantic relationship? Once you get clear on these, start dating only people whom you like and also can meet your needs and you can meet their needs. The fourth way in which you can prepare yourself for marriage is work on your sexual energy and erotic skills. Everybody wants to have great physical intimacy, but few people are willing to put in the work required to become masterful in the art and science of lovemaking. And when I say masterful, I am not thinking only at techniques. Yes, techniques can help. But what is more important is the quality of your presence, how much pleasure you can feel in your body, the depth of emotional and mental intimacy you have with your partner outside the bedroom, how comfortable you are with playing and trying new things, how well you know your icks and turnoffs and how much you can respect them, how well you know your sexual needs and you can communicate them to your partner, how much you can surrender to your partner's leadership and guidance. And both men and women lead in intimacy, just in different ways. How open you are to give and to receive pleasure. How much love and respect you feel for yourself and for your partner. Unfortunately, sexuality has been tainted by porn and over-sexualization in the social media. Being intimate with your partner is a sacred act. This doesn't mean that you cannot be naughty. It means that because it's a sacred act, both of you need to prepare and take it seriously. Giving your partner your deepest presence and connection goes hand in hand with making sure you satisfy one another, not only physically, but also emotionally and spiritually. From my perspective, both men and women need to work on mastering their sexual energy and improving their erotic skills, and this can be done even when you are single. Of course, that if you are single and celibate, you won't have necessarily the chance to put some of these things into practice unless you feel comfortable with having a friend with benefits. However, just as for reading, you need to learn the alphabet first. Similarly, to enjoy great sex, with your future partner, there are certain skills you need to develop. And this is one of the things we work in my one-to-one coaching. So if great sex is something you want to experience in your future relationship, contact me to set up a free discovery call and see if we are a good match to work together. The fifth way in which you can prepare yourself for marriage, some of you will find controversial, but listen until the end. If you're a man, get your finances in order, and if you're a woman, work on your physical appearance. This is not to say that if you're a woman, you shouldn't get your own money, or if you're a man, you shouldn't work on your physical appearance. I believe that both men and women should have their own money and should be content with their physical appearance. However, if you want to have an amazing relationship, you need polarity. Meaning, the man needs to be mostly in his masculine energy, and the woman needs to be mostly in her feminine energy. That is when the man will feel like the husband and the woman will feel like the wife. Otherwise, you will just be a man and a woman in a relationship. But to feel like a husband and like a wife, the man needs to show up more in his masculine energy, and the woman needs to be more in her feminine energy. And no man can be in his masculine energy if he doesn't have his money in order, and no woman can be in her feminine energy if she's not happy with her physical appearance. Why, you might ask? Because masculine energy provides and protects, and an important part of this is being able to take care of most of the financial expenses, even though the woman also has her own money. In order to have masculine feminine polarity, you can discuss and decide, maybe for the man to pay the bills and for the woman to invest the money in something that would provide the long-term financial freedom for the couple, or in traveling together the whole world, or in a fund for the children. This is something that must be discussed and agreed upon while dating. Do not wait to get in a relationship, or even worse, to get married without discussing the financial aspect and agreeing on how to handle the money. While masculine energy is more related to the mind, feminine energy is more related to the body and to the spiritual aspect. That is why for a woman to be more in her feminine energy, she needs to feel sensual, sexy, and be more in her pleasure. And she also needs to feel worthy and deserving of love. We all know that as women, we have the tendency to be overly critical when it comes to our face and body, that we compare ourselves with other women, and that we never feel beautiful and sexy enough. I don't know if you noticed, but when you are in this mindset of not beautiful or sexy, you have the tendency to reject physical intimacy with your partner. And that wouldn't be a problem if men weren't hugely nourished and empowered by physical intimacy. Most men love to be intimate with their woman. They want to give and receive pleasure, and it's something very important for them in a romantic relationship. But if you don't take care of your body through what you eat, being active, wearing flattering clothes, getting skin treatments, taking care of your hair, it is very hard to feel sensual and attractive. Consequently, you won't want to be intimate with your man. So many men are sad and frustrated because their wives stop being intimate with them after some years. And I don't think this is fair, because intimacy is so important for the physical, mental, and emotional well-being of a man. So ladies, if you're listening to this, please start taking better care of yourselves. When you feel good about yourself and you desire to be intimate with your man, He's so happy. Generally, men don't need many things from a woman to be happy, but they do need peace, understanding, encouragement, respect, admiration, sex, and appreciation. So focus on developing skills to provide these if you want to be a good wife. There are two main things that make or break a relationship: money and sex. Many couples break up from these two reasons. I strongly recommend you to discuss them when you are dating and prepare yourself to give your woman financial stability and give your man plenty of sex. This is not to say that women shouldn't be financially stable or that men shouldn't be great lovers. Again, I believe both men and women need to be financially stable and be great lovers. I am saying this in order for you to consciously create feminine masculine polarity in the relationship so you feel as a husband and as a wife and not as roommates. And if you are committed to creating the best version of yourself and of your future relationship, and if you resonate with me, you can work with me one-to-one in my The Queen or the King coaching packages. You can find the links in the description. Also, you can download for free the 5 practices I made to help you create the life you desire. The packages are called Magnetic Woman and Confident Man, and you can download them for free, and you can find the links in the description box. Thank you for so much for your time and energy, and if you found this episode helpful, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. More goodies are coming. I hope to meet you again in my next episode. And until then, keep evolving, loving, and creating. Bye.